You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, I gotta admit, I wasn't expecting this. A second Aaron Rodgers video today here on this channel. Maybe on Tuesdays, we can actually rename Black and White Sports to the Aaron Rodgers reaction channel on Pat McAfee. Now, I already did my first video where Aaron Rodgers went off on the mainstream media and also Jimmy Kimmel. And we know that Pat McAfee had went after one of ESPN's top executives, Norby Williamson, I believe that's his name. Yeah. Now, Aaron Rodgers appears every Tuesday on the Pat McAfee show. And guys, he unloaded on ESPN. I mean, trashing them time after time after time again. If this keeps up, guys, I believe that Aaron Rodgers' days are numbered on the Pat McAfee show. I'm pretty sure that the higher-ups at ESPN already are not really fans of Aaron Rodgers actually appearing on the show because Aaron Rodgers, it falls out of the mainstream narrative. Okay? Jabs, Dr. Fauci, all the other stuff. Yeah. They probably really don't like that. But as of so far, you know, they've tolerated it. But now Aaron Rodgers is taking direct shots at ESPN executives and also at ESPN.com. So we're going to be diving into all of that, guys, in this video. First, make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. Member live stream every single Friday. Just starts at $5 per month. With that being said, thank you for the support. And let's get into it, guys, right here on Outkick. They have all of the clips here. We're going to watch them all. Aaron Rodgers repeatedly torches ESPN while Pat McAfee covers his face, launches into coughing fit. Now, the coughing fit actually is on the third clip we're actually going to watch. And that's when Aaron Rodgers is just annihilating ESPN.com. Man, his days have to be numbered, you would think. His days on there have to be numbered. And Pat McAfee covering his face because, you know, he probably can't torch the higher-ups at ESPN that often. I guess he got away with it with Norby Williamson. But now I got to wonder, man, how long is Pat McAfee actually going to be with ESPN? I'm curious about that. But let's read some of this, guys. The much-anticipated return of Aaron Rodgers to the Pat McAfee show on ESPN came on Tuesday afternoon. After setting off a firestorm last week by mentioning Jimmy Kimmel in the same sentence as the Jeffrey Epstein client list, Rodgers promised to follow up that appearance by putting the feud to bed. He did mostly do that, but also stirred up some new controversy for ESPN and Pat McAfee. McAfee created his own firestorm when he openly bashed network executive Norby Williamson, accusing him of trying to sabotage the Pat McAfee show. He doubled down on that commentary on Monday's show, but McAfee doesn't seem eager to start up a beef with a second ESPN executive, at least not publicly. However, Aaron Rodgers was more than happy to do it. Rodgers blasted Mike Foss, a senior vice president at ESPN, for the statement Foss put out with regards to the Rodgers comments about Jimmy Kimmel. Here's what Foss said in a public statement, quote, "Aaron made a dumb and factually inaccurate joke about Jimmy Kimmel." Rodgers took issue with that statement and called out Foss. McAfee, though, did not look particularly pleased when the quarterback mentioned his name. Something's telling me, man, that probably executives at ESPN, they probably had a conversation with Pat McAfee about all this controversy going on. But remember, Aaron Rodgers doesn't work for ESPN. Now, he does get paid by Pat McAfee. He does. Now, if Pat McAfee is forced to kick Aaron Rodgers off the show, I'm pretty sure that the remaining fans of Pat McAfee on YouTube, they're going to be livid. But anyway, This is what Aaron Rodgers had to say about Mike Foss. Let's go ahead and play this.
I'm excited to hear if this is over now and we move along because it was on Today's Show this morning.
Nice.
Today's Show was like, Aaron's going to answer this afternoon. Stay tuned. It was like, all right, great to be a part of this.
How many of those people actually watched the clip, and how many people just saw a headline? I don't think Mike Foss watched the clip. I don't know who that is. But I'm like, Mike, I don't work for you, Mike.
I think
Okay.
you told. I don't know if maybe
What
it's
part of
how
his
I
quote did you not like, Aaron? Which part of it did you not enjoy?
And I think AJ Hawk is trying to egg it on right here.
Made a dumb and factually incorrect joke.
You thought it was a pretty smart, good one.
I mean, I feel like I made a statement about, not wanting to be on a list to come out, but
It was a
it
callback
should never have happened.
You thought to February.
We
very
all
clever.
realized that in the moment. What are you talking about? Let's move on, man. Come on.
All right, we would like to let you know. Excited for you to meet Foss in person someday.
Pumped.
Foss right now is sitting on an airplane watching this. Just
Oh, my. Probably took all his clothes
oh
off.
my god!
Yeah.
Oh, he's sweating. I assume. Yeah. You wait till you meet Foss. This will all make a lot more sense once you meet Foss, I think. But I'm happy we're moving on. Let's talk about sports now.
Well, you're not necessarily going to be talking about sports because Aaron Rodgers is not done yet. It goes on here. It says, but Rodgers wasn't done coming after ESPN. And he backed up his friend Pat McAfee by jumping in on the Norby Williamson bashing train, which for the record, it does appear McAfee wants to move on from, at least judging from his reaction when Rodgers brought him up on Tuesday. So let's go ahead and watch this clip now.
And that's the other part of it is that people are insanely jealous of this show because you guys have changed the way that they do media. And that's why there's the Norbies of the world and the slanderers of the world. And this is me talking. This is
we know.
McAfee may be a little bit uncomfortable now.
Nobody wants to be. Nobody's clamoring to be on those other shows. It's just the truth. Nobody's clamoring to be on the other shows. The other shows they can't go first ballot Hall of Famer, greatest college coach of all time on back-to-back days. They just can't. They're celebrating where they can get somebody who goes on one of those shows to pitch something. That they're working on. This show gets the best of the best, and it does a different way with positivity. Not just one person attacking one side and one person attacking the other side. And let's go back and forth and say the craziest shit ever. And listen, I respect the opinions of actually some of those people on some of those shows. But this is the new way. A lot of people are trying to do it, and obviously they're jealous of it. The old guard is not having it, so they want to slander you because you're giving me this dangerous spreader of misinformation a platform on your show. So I hope you guys don't take it personally. I hope the upper ups know that this is that people actually have a little more affinity for ESPN now because the Pat McAfee show is on and because of you boys and everybody that works on the show. Because if it's gone, we're all gone.
Well,
the people who are over here watching this show, they're going to be fucking watching it back on
all right.
YouTube.
Three. Aaron, thank you for everything you said. And I assumed at some point you were going to feel obligated to go to bat for us because that's literally how you
I don't feel obligated. It's the opportunity. It's an opportunity because obviously I know you guys personally and been on the show for a number of years now. Part of that was COVID MVP years, which I'm thankful for the platform to do this because we had some crazy conversations. Obviously, we had a ton of people when I made my decision that
top 10 stream in the history of the internet, by the way,
created.
that particular thing.
And people, there's some jealousy in the world that's ugly.
Yeah, so you saw that, guys. You saw that right there. Aaron Rodgers calling out Norby Williamson, after Pat McAfee did the same thing. Two ESPN executives. But finally, guys, he goes after ESPN.com. It says here, finally, Rodgers flames ESPN.com and accuses them of making clickbait headlines designed to enrage fans into reading their articles. The show's crew rightfully points out that most of the internet does this, and it's not just an ESPN problem. Once again, though, McAfee reacts as soon as Rodgers starts bashing his employer. This time, McAfee bursts into a full-blown coughing attack. Now, I understand what they're saying here, man, because even here on YouTube, where we're on, good titles get clicks. It's just a fact. You got to get creative with titles. I do the same thing. I'm constantly actually trying to get better with titles. But ESPN, I mean, Aaron Rodgers doesn't seem to be a fan of that. So let's go ahead and listen to this.
Gumpy's the one that has to watch a clip in real time and be like, do we have to add context to this? What do we do here? Did not put the Friday one out. That was on internet. The other people did hear that though. For yours last week, there's been a couple maybe that have kind of gone, but boy, when other people,
yeah,
that's when the internet starts doing its thing. Because you set the tone with the words, you know? Like I think I saw Elon Musk said that video views are up like 100x or something like that. And he's going to say that right now as he's trying to build up his company back to being worth something. But a lot of those videos, if they're longer than 15 seconds, people aren't watching that entire thing. They're banking on whatever is being said in the tweet or in the post.
So it's got to be as inflammatory as possible. That's what ESPN.com has done forever. You got 8 words to do a headline.
Just them? Just ESPN.com.
Well, no, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, ESPN is the sports leader. Like, nobody's watching shows on other networks. Like, it's ESPN.
Well, we found that out when something very terrible was said right in the middle of one of those episodes. And then just the next day, show was still good. Nobody said a single thing.
No one cared.
It's like, well, there's nobody watching that show, apparently.
He's the man.
But it's the truth. They're watching it. They're watching on this network.
Could you imagine if we did that?
Are you kidding me? Right now? Could you imagine?
Good night,
my
nerds.
God. Anyways, we appreciate your compliments. You're the man.
Man, so you have it right there, man. There you have it right there, man. Something's telling me, man, Aaron Rodgers' days at ESPN, well, the Pat McAfee show on ESPN, are probably numbered. I mean, this has been a wild few days with Pat McAfee and ESPN. I mean, but ESPN, they got to realize, man, the Pat McAfee show wasn't in the mainstream media. You know, it's kind of like, can you imagine me and Rhodes actually going to ESPN, you know, and talking about things we talk about? It would not work. It would not work because we'll be out there. We'll be destroying ESPN. But man, something's telling me, man, there's a possibility, man, that Aaron Rodgers' days are numbered on the Pat McAfee show. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.